Two-man game, TMG, get the news fast, AMG, game of two boxes. Name two boxers that hit as hard as this. Yeah, we're cutting to the truth, no there ain't no narrative. And I'm siding with the underdog, we living for that plot twist. Jordan in his prime, got him thinking, can we stop this? Might sound obnoxious, but no you can't, get that full perspective. I know you want, yeah we're going up this year. They running out of luck this year.
Welcome to episode 24.
Damn.
Of the two-man game.
24, does that remind you, man?
Kobe
Bean, R.I.P. Real one.
Peace.
One of the greatest to ever do it.
One of the greatest basketball players. Mamba mentality. You know what it is. Kobe, man.
You know what time it is.
Inspirational guy.
You know,
I'm trying to get those Kobe 5s, man. I see all these players wearing it.
Kobe 5, is that your bag?
I like their shoes.
Can you style that out?
One time I had it in.
Can you rock it?
No, you can't rock it though. I'll play basketball. Can you imagine me? You want me to rock Kobe 5s on the street?
Hey,
you're talking about actual basketball shoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you got that in the bag, you can do it. I have faith. I think you can do it.
You want me to wear that to the party? Your birthday.
Yeah, man, come on.
Kobe 5.
Come on, man. Come to the table in that Kobe.
He boot me. Why you went touch the club?
Sir?
I think this line is for you and his points to get you out of there, G.
I'm trying to do that, fam. But shout out to Kobe, man.
We
We got a fun-packed episode today.
Jam packed. Hey, before I start, I made an error. I think it's episode 21 or 20.
You're correcting yourself.
You know what I mean? I got to quit myself. I wasn't really studious in my assertions I made that day.
What did you say?
I remember when we called you live on the show, I was saying, what's his name?
William. And you owe me £10 as well.
Yeah, William, what's it called?
He never played centre mid and he never will on my watch.
I looked at the stats, it's not true. I mean,
It's not true.
my eyes, whatever, deceived
He
me.
never played centre mid.
Maybe I saw him for Brazil, maybe I saw him move there during the game, I don't know. But he didn't. So the £10 for Big A, not Big A, little Big A, here you go, G.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go. I pay my debts. I pay my...
Hey, cash. Hey. Man.
I pay my debts, you know. I pay my
You
debts.
gotta respect Melo, fam. You gotta respect him.
My man, my word.
Hey, bless up, G.
I love
Hey,
it
bless
that you
up,
made
G.
an error. You call yourself what again?
What?
You call yourself a student of a game.
Yeah, you know, we make amends, you know. What doesn't kill us make us stronger.
You ain't got no masters in this game.
Hey, not everyone can be perfect.
Everyone's willing to learn, though. He's willing to learn.
Not everyone can be perfect. You know, student of the game, you're willing to learn, you know. Get better from your errors. You make errors all the time, G.
About what?
But you never learn from them. That's the issue with you.
Yeah,
Tell me one thing of whatever I mean.
Hey, Tonis, that's gonna come out. Don't worry.
Bro, now we're gonna start.
So it's from that same episode. You made some bad shouts. You made another.
What was he saying?
What you say?
Don't worry. I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post it on Insta. Actually, wait. To be fair, let's do it now.
Listen, what's the bad shout I mean?
Do you remember what you said about Gundogan?
Gundogan.
Yeah.
And he's washed up.
Saying he washed up. Saying he's not yet. Saying he doesn't see him as a guy that City needs.
I don't see him. Still don't.
See that you don't see him as a good
He's got
player.
a purple patch, yeah? Shout out to him.
Serious patch.
He's got a purple patch.
You're trying to what's it called? Sneak this his thing.
I think this, yeah, then he showed me up.
Showed you out.
That's how I want him to respond, like Shaq said to Donovan Mitchell that time.
Are you Shaq?
Keep it up. You see Donovan Mitchell while trying to hear one word he was saying.
Do you have the Shaq clout though?
No, I don't. But did Donovan Mitchell respect Shaq when he said that?
Donovan Mitchell's like, what? Okay.
Okay, what else?
Old head.
And that's what I have to say, you know, I pay my debts.
Okay,
Respect,
I got
bless
one
up.
shout that you made earlier this season. Actually, no, you never made a shout about Spurs, but I want to call out all the the people that were shouting out Spurs. I think Eddie was one of those guys that said Spurs might win this league.
Eddie said that when?
Yeah, in the chat. If you check the chat,
That sounds like something Eddie will say.
he said
Eddie was
Spurs.
here last week, I said.
A lot of people said.
No, two episodes ago.
So a lot of people were saying Spurs win the league. And
Spurs can't never win a league while I'm
look at them now. I think they're ninth.
Not while I'm on this God's green earth. Spurs has never won a league on my watch.
They're
Damn.
ninth.
Never.
You got another 70 years of that boy.
Spurs are never winning a league on my watch. Impossible. Don't ever tell me Spurs.
Man trying to put the Benfica curse on them. They'll never win a Champions
Spurs will never be the best team in
League.
London under my watch.
Yeah, man, that Benfica.
West Ham have a better chance of being the best team in London than Spurs.
Damn.
And I can't believe
The Irons.
Never ever. No way.
Do you remember the last time Benfica won a European Cup? Or Champions League?
Never.
Like 1950s. You saved your times.
Yeah, Sabia, there you go. My guy, you do your research. Not just 1990s and 2000 football.
Black and white thing.
Of course, black and white.
Stanley Matthews and them.
When is Pele's documentary coming?
Oh yeah, true. What's the date today? It's the 6th of February.
No excitement.
23rd, it comes out.
No excitement. No promo.
Don't who by me or by them?
By them.
They
I ain't
promoted
seen that. Not like the Last Dance. When the
Well,
Last
it's
Dance?
Last
came-
Dance. Come on, man. It's Michael Jordan. Pele can't
Oh,
compare
but
him.
come on, it's Pele. What?
Yeah, but-
It's Pele on the level of Michael Jordan.
But like I told you, Pele stuff is gonna be in black and white. So automatically that's gonna rule out like half the audience, maybe 70% of the people. So it's, you know what I mean. Michael Jordan's thing is in color, and also you got the Michael Jordan, LeBron debate, which is consistently gone. I mean the Pele.
How about the Pele Messi debate?
I mean, let's be honest. Most millennials of today, they don't have Pele as a viable guy. I mean, I do, but most guys don't.
Do you have Pele as a rival guy?
It's just Messi because Messi and Ronaldo,
Define viable.
as in a true contender for the GOAT status, and most
Not
guys
to
don't.
me, but that's just me.
Also, another thing as well, because you have Messi and Ronaldo. Like LeBron's just LeBron. Like, this era just LeBron. Messi and
Are you
Ronaldo.
sure it's not just LeBron's because KD's gonna get some.
God.
KD.
KD's in this era.
Are we gonna touch on that this podcast?
Yeah, we
Remember at
need
the
to
end,
talk
KD.
about
Yeah, 'cause
KD.
Nets.
Do you know how good KD is? He's
Yeah.
the cheat code.
Nets might win this.
He's a mummy's boy. Yeah, that's what he is.
Do you know what? Yeah, you said some things about Kyrie. Yeah, are you feeling nervous about it?
Yeah, you should.
What do you mean?
Because
you
I
should.
remember you were saying that the Nets are gonna do this.
They remember when they said that the Clippers will beat the Nets.
Oh, yeah.
They do. We put a bet on that. We bet holiday flights. That's what we do.
I'll make this little tenner look like.
We tell us like bet holiday flights.
Are you sure you're gonna take?
And we ain't staying in Europe. We ain't
Are you
staying in
sure you're gonna
Europe.
take that?
We're
Taking
going.
the Clippers over the Nets.
Fourth quarter, all them three boys had their shots.
You're going to different
They went off
continents.
on a 13-0 run. Just them three
Each of
men.
them, they took turns taking threes.
This is before Harden came, but even when Harden came,
They took turns taking threes.
we'll take Harden. Bun Harden. We'll take on Harden. This
Wait,
the bet was made before Harden came.
You think Clippers are making the finals?
I don't think they will.
First.
But
We'll guess that,
he said
though.
if they
We'll guess
do,
that.
the Nets might not make the finals.
Nah, they
The
will.
only team stopping them is Philly.
Philly,
No,
it's
You
true.
can't guard Embiid.
You never know. The
Can't
Heat,
go
the Heat
Embiid,
might
yeah.
bring up something. You never know.
you can't go on a
The
beat.
Heat are not in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, that's because they've been
There's-
destroyed
you know how far
by
out
Rona.
They're very far out. Like, as far as Dallas.
I think last season as good as last season is as good as gonna get for
Well, you know, I don't want to digress from the football. I mean, Josh told me I only want to talk about football today.
Let's
My
talk ball, let's talk
my
ball.
guy Michael talk about
You know what
football.
time it is?
No. I was tired.
He was stressed. He was under it.
Let's
talk
talk
about
soccer.
football,
Soccer.
football, and basketball today, obviously.
You don't
and
know.
then
What you got for
obviously we wanted to address something, something about Frank Lampard.
Would you
And we
like?
got a Chelsea fan here.
Chelsea
Okay.
Stam, Mr.
So
Chelsea.
what was your stance on
Young Chelsea.
Lampard's final days?
Lampard's final days. His days were numbered. When I first started saying Lampard out, that's when we faced Arsenal. Because I said before the Arsenal match, if we lose, it's Lampard out. Because I know it's only down from that. You're not gonna recover from that. So I knew the day that we lost that 3-1, and it should have really been like 5 or 6-1 in my opinion. I knew that it was a matter of time. In my opinion, they gave him longer. They gave him a few extra games. I don't know why. They should have done it. I think we drew to Villa, then we lost to City. It could have happened that time after that City loss. And then obviously we lost to Leicester as well. It could have happened the next day. Could have happened. They still gave him the cup game to at least end on a high, and then they dismissed him. But I think it's good timing because obviously when Tuchel first came, he had 2 home games to get into it, and then Spurs. So I think when coaches are sacked, the owners of the board, they watch the schedule, so they try and time it well so that you can actually come into some good games, and then obviously then we beat Tottenham. So now Tuchel's rolling. So
The next set of games is quite good. It's quite a nice convenience.
I think it's all right, yeah. And then Champions League comes back. So, yeah, I mean, just on Lampard, obviously he's still a club legend. He's still, I don't know why there was so much outpour, there's so much media, like all this articles. Lampard is still solidified at Chelsea. Don't get it twisted. That's still Lampard. He can come back anytime, but he can even come back and manage maybe in the future. Who knows?
And then come back when he's done his degree.
Just now, it's a lot for him. It's a lot. Let's not lie. I can see it visibly on him on pitch side. It's a lot for him. It's a lot. So he needs to go and get his get his stripes or whatever. He can come back one day, maybe.
I heard Hudson-Odoi said some quite disparaging remarks in a roundabout way. He said he was talking about Tuchel's and like, well, it's great to have a manager that is so organised and tactical. I reckon
That's experience, though. That's what I'm saying. This is Lampard's 3rd season.
I think Hudson-Odoi is saying that more because he's playing.
he's playing now.
He's balling.
He's got a little bit more trust in
Come on,
him.
clout. I have a question for you, Al.
Yeah.
Who is Chelsea's GOAT player?
Chelsea's GOAT player.
Yeah.
In the big scheme of things, I got different answers. Personally, for me, it's Drogba. That's my personal one.
Explain that one.
I go
please.
Drogba, Terry, Lampard.
Yeah.
That's why I go personally.
Explain Drogba being number 1, please.
Because for me, in my time watching, Drogba just came clutch too many times for me, and that's just. I was on Drogba when he was at Marseille, so I asked my parents about that. Like, I was on Drogba before he came to Chelsea, so for me, that's just personal for me. And then to end it on that Champions League final, that's untouchable for me
What's your
personally.
second?
What about what's that?
I told you, John Terry.
But why I said John Terry?
Yeah, John
It
Terry's
actually
not
would, for me. It was Frank Lampard, but then Lampard went to Man City, so I swapped it just because of that.
So what's your
I
order?
said John Terry, the GOAT Chelsea player because of his leadership ability and how much he won. That's why I would say John Terry. But I
Lampard
can
win
see
the same
that.
shit.
Even Jobber for me. Jobber's, huh?
Didn't Lampard win the same things?
No, but
Terry was here a couple
Terry's
extra
the leader.
years.
He's a leader, fam, and he was there in the dark days, so he's seen the growth. That's why I would say that. But Jobber for me, as a player, I always like Jobber because Jobber always came clutch. It's a mad thing when a man is always clutch.
That's personal,
yeah, when a man is always clutch, he's like,
For it to end that way in that
that's
final.
mad. That's just mad.
Sorry,
He's
that's-
Mr. Clutch.
At
That's
one point
ridiculous.
though,
That's
I used to think
ridiculous.
Essien might have been, but Essien it crumbled.
Essien might have been
I
what?
said at one point he was coming up
It was
clutch,
a
though.
man. He
Like,
was a
in
man.
his first
fam.
2-3
I remember
years,
that
Essien
bang
was
against
big
Arsenal.
level.
He swerved
Fam,
it.
these first 2 years when he came to the man was we just took over the thing.
Essien was going to be
It was
the
a big deal when he came.
perfect
It was a big
replacement for Makaleli, but his injuries was kind of sad.
Yeah.
I see Kante going down the same Essien path soon. Fam.
Kante's up there in my Chelsea list. He's up there.
Yeah, Kante's up there.
Like him and Hazard, they're like around the same area for me.
Wow.
They're around the same area. Hazard will be higher, obviously, but I'm saying like
He's around the same area
if
as
Hazard's
Hazard.
like I don't know 7th or 6th, whatever, then Kante will be like
Hazard
8th
not
or
top
9th.
5.
I never thought about that. I just knew that for me it goes Drogba, Terry, Lampard. After that, in my time as a Chelsea fan, it'll probably be Hazard next.
Actually, Cole.
Oh no,
Pierre
sorry,
Cech.
you're right. Sorry, Ashley Cole.
Czech went to Arsenal, so he can't be too high.
Czech's up there. But me personally, I like guys like Ballack and Nelka. But this is my era. This is like
How
when I was really.
long was Ballack there for?
Ballack was here for 4 years, but there was one time. The reason why I rate Ballack, and this is nostalgic, because there was a time. If you remember the time when Lampard's mum died, 08.
RIP.
There was a time when Lampard wasn't really playing too much. Ballack, he stepped up. He
pulled out.
And for me, that was very big for me.
Michael Ballack.
So
what a player.
Ballack always, for me.
I mean,
He
all the
did that to
Algo.
his career as well.
All the Algo. I mean, actually, no, before I touch my order. So Drogba's very clutch, of course. I rate Drogba highly. But his consistency of numbers, like Lampard outscored him as a
it's
midfielder.
personal. It could be any of those three.
Anyway,
no wrong answer.
When I heard the Drogba and Vardy shouts, that was a massive lean.
I'm not entertaining that. Personally.
That was a crazy period in life.
I'll never speak on that.
When Drogba's in the same conversation as Rooney, and guys are trying to put him in
I'll never entertain that,
the
man.
Vardy combo.
But that's why I touched on obviously the are you a student of the game episode, because guys, are you actually a student of the game? Do you actually just watch football or do you just watch numbers and highlights?
Did you watch Chelsea? If you didn't, I can tell very quickly if you were watching Chelsea or not.
Guys,
just by the way you talk, I can just tell. Zola, I'm saying those guys are before my time. They're before my time. All them like Zola's.
Do your research, boy.
Hasselbank.
Jimmy Floyd.
I got a bit of him, like Torre Andre Float. But all them guys, they're just a bit before my time. Also, you have to think about Chelsea's success. Chelsea were only winning like FA Cups them times.
True.
Like Di Matteo, Gus Poyet, all them times.
Hullet times.
Like Chelsea always been winning. We've always been winning stuff, but those are just little FA Cups. Then obviously when Lampard, Drogba, when them boys stepped up,
Who's your best
Premier
manager that
Leagues.
you've had?
Best manager? What kind of question is that?
So it's been Mourinho.
Who else can it be?
I think Ancelotti had a good one there, you know.
Mourinho won 3 titles, fam, in different eras.
Jose.
Who else can it be? What kind of question is that?
No,
Are there any Chelsea fans to say it's not Mourinho? That's cap.
Di Matteo.
Mateo's up there. He's up there.
What? Di
He's
Matteo
up there.
can't be up there.
He's
Di
up
Matteo
there.
below
Of course he's
Villas
up there.
Boas.
I tell you who else is up there. Avram Grant's up there.
Oh, Avram Grant.
Avram Grant's up there.
Hey, if we look
Go
at
and check
Avram-
his record.
If you check his
We
record,
barely lost when he was there. We
It's
barely
one of the
lost.
best records.
How did he get the Chelsea job in the first place?
It's obviously his boys.
I think he was in the boardroom. I know he was not in the boardroom, but I think he was like an advisor or whatever.
He's a boys with
When-
him.
Like, who else has he
The
managed?
Israeli
Let me get his career
But
up,
to
man.
get to come to Chelsea is a bit mad, isn't it? But
At West Ham, it wasn't that bad though.
fam, we
It wasn't
lost.
that bad.
We lost 3 games in all competitions from September till May.
That's a mad thing.
That's nuts. That's not so.
You guys win the league that season?
He kept on
Well, we
losing
kept
the
losing finals.
finals.
That's the issue. We kept losing finals.
He's in the big one.
If Grant won those but
he
that
won,
team,
he probably-
that team was
The team was good. That's the thing. The team was good.
very good.
We sacked Mourinho prematurely that season. We should have just kept the faith.
Are you sure? 'Cause you know how
I think we should
Mourinho
kept the
is.
faith. We should've kept
Come
the
on,
faith.
he's on a mad thing, Grant. I'll tell you the teams he's managed: Hapoel Petah Tekavi,
What do you know about them?
Maccabi Tel Aviv,
Tel Aviv, yeah.
Hapoel Hafia,
It's an Israeli team.
It's a Middle East thing.
Maccabi Tel Aviv,
Maccabi. What do you know about Maccabi?
You know about the Maccabi team?
Maccabi Hafia,
There used to be a Champions League
Israel.
fixture.
Qualified, you faced them.
Israel, then Chelsea, Portsmouth, West Ham, and Partizan Belgrade. BEC, Terra Sassana, Ghana, Northeast United.
Ghana. I remember the Ghana manager.
How the hell did he get the Chelsea job?
No,
It's a
look at
links.
his-
It's
his
about who you know,
His career in
innit?
England was calm. His career in England is calm though. Look at that. He managed some
Didn't he
England
get?
team.
Wasn't it him that got Portsmouth to the FA Cup final? 2010. Was he there in 2010 at Portsmouth? Yeah, that was against Chelsea. We beat them 1-0. But
That means that Grant is a 30 man.
they got relegated. Though. They got relegated.
No,
but
that's what that's it. But no, it's like Martinez though. Remember when he
Yeah,
won the
he got
FA Cup and he got
relegated
relegated? Yeah. But you knew Martinez was like a 30 manager.
yeah, he's cool. Yeah,
Yeah, Grant is calm. He's a good man manager, I guess.
He resigned to get out.
I mean,
fair enough.
fair enough. Connections. That's why I tell you in this life, you need connections,
connections,
man.
That's why Lampard got this job.
It's true.
That's how you got the Derby job.
Yeah,
I mean,
as well.
first.
Yeah, I think
Harry Redknapp put a word in for him to the
Oh
over.
yeah, you know nepotism. Harry Redknapp, Jamie
And then
Redknapp.
remember what Sterling said? He said it's easier for man them of a certain persuasion to get the jobs.
The
And then
complexion for the connection.
Lampard said it. Do you know what's funny about the Lampard sacking? Is that the very thing he did to Villas-Boas came back
Got done to him, yeah.
Life came full circle, man.
But
So
it's
he shouldn't be surprised.
the caliber of players is the different.
Yeah, it's way lower.
Hey,
now.
like Justin Timberlake say, what goes around comes back around and around and around.
Came back
You
around
listen to that
for
song,
some
big song by the way. But anyways, I'll name my top 3 before we conclude on this little segment. For me, it'll be Lampard number 1. For me, I don't mind. It could be John Terry. It's all 3 like you start interchangeable. For me, Lampard number 1. I'll go Terry number 2. Purely for longevity and Drogba number 3.
Yeah, I can't knock
That's a
it.
great top 3, man.
Either way, that's my
knock
club.
him.
Those guys will never be that good again, in my opinion.
Do you see anyone breaking that top 3 anytime soon?
I always think about that, like who are these current players, but none of the
Reece James?
Reece James is the only one that
I think Mount.
I have a connection with.
Mount.
Mason Mount for me,
I don't know.
I don't really connect
He
with
might
Mount.
break
connect
top
to
10.
I think what happened is I'm changing my opinion on Mount because I thought Mount was mid. Like I thought he's just an average.
Were you watching
player.
him? Or just watching
No.
highlights?
I actually came with this opinion that he was mid because I've been watching him. I saw him how he came into the scene. I said, "This guy's a good player."
The way he came in was nuts.
And then he just regressed. Like his game regressed. Like he wasn't the same.
Rookie
but
wall,
now
man.
I'm seeing him back again on the Tuchel's, and Tuchel's playing more advanced positions. He's just better in advanced positions. I don't want to say
My issue with Mount, and I said this in the chat, Mount gets in some nice positions.
He can't finish,
every game. He gets in nice positions where he can either like cross nicely, shoot nicely, but it's just not there. I don't know if it's in him, but it's not there. And to me,
develop
And it's
that.
actually kind of deep,
it's
man.
so
'cause
annoying.
If you compare him to his peers,
It's so annoying.
If you compare him to the Foden, the Grealish, the Maddison,
when Foden's there, it's time.
it's
Yeah, that's
Foden
why-
like it's so above, it's so beyond his years. Like the way he finishes.
Yeah, that's
like,
why they put that's part of the reason they push Mount deeper because you know when he gets to the
'Cause
final
they're
third,
not-
he's not as
yeah.
clinical.
Hey, Mount or Saka?
Saka, I'll take Saka.
Mount or Saka.
Just
I'll
Saka.
take Saka. I'll take Saka.
Take Saka who he's playing now.
Because Saka can play a lot of places, and every time he plays somewhere, he's always
does it
delivering.
to a
He's always
good
got
level,
quality.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you asked me
Yeah,
2-3 months
yeah.
ago, I might have pushed him out, but Saka. I mean, so the thing about Saka, like you said about Foden, the decision making
Yeah,
is just
these guys are young,
top
but
quality.
When I say Foden,
But Foden.
Foden is it's actually mad because
Stupid.
when you see Foden play, it's actually a level above. Like
Yeah.
it's just like he's operating just a level above these men.
It's so
That's what you get
stupid.
when you train with Pep Guardiola and
It's
De
so
Bruyne and Silva, Bernardo, Gundogan, Fernandinho.
I don't
the
know
roles
what
up from you.
Foden's ceiling is like. Is he comparable to Silva? He might have a better career than that. Man's on 100 appearances already.
He's
for
up there.
City.
Foden's.
I mean, if he has a
mate.
career as good as Silva's, he's done exceptionally well. David Silva. I'm not going to say the winning stuff because obviously Spain, that career, that team was just crazy, but just output, performance.
Just deep that he plays for England, man, with no CDM.
But if England are going to be good again, it's going to be due to Foden.
Yeah,
So,
Foden.
I think
Maddison,
England should be optimistic due to the talent that they have, but it's all about having the right manager.
That's that English issue since my lifetime. The right manager. The
Right
last,
manager, this
the
is
last good
true.
manager they had. Do you know who that was?
That guy,
Sven?
1996. No,
Yeah.
hold
I
on.
think Sven is-
Don't say his name. Don't say his name. It wasn't Venables, was it?
Nah.
No, it wasn't Venables. It
Terrible.
was
96. Are you saying 96?
who's the manager in 96?
Flip, I can't even remember.
Was it Bobby Robson?
Well, that's before Hoddle. Is it Bobby Robson?
Was it Glenn Hoddle?
Hoddle was 98.
Who's 96?
I'm talking. Actually, no, 96. Oh, it might have been Glenn Hoddle actually.
I think it was Glenn Hoddle.
I'm talking about. Okay, Glenn Hoddle might be right. I'm talking about their last. Okay, I'm talking about the last elite manager they had.
Bobby Robson.
That's Bobby Robson.
Yeah,
Bobby
Bobby
Robson
Robson.
was a long time ago. Well, that's 90.
99.
Italian 90.
Yeah, semi-final. Gascoigne crying and stuff.
That's a good
Lost
team,
of them.
fam. That's a good team.
That's a great team. Paul Gascoigne,
Platt.
Waddle.
You know what?
I think Ince was there.
How did spend
That was
or
good,
extra?
fam.
No, but how
They
did he
didn't
get
get.
the job?
They kept on getting to the quarterfinal, then they kept on.
He
going
was
out
decent in
penalties.
Italy. I think he won a title with
Oh,
Roma.
Italy. Okay.
But I just said, like, when you had to look to the players, you looked at Sven. The players up here.
Way up
Sven
there.
here.
Way up
For
there.
example, when 1990 had Gascoigne and them boy there, the players up here. So Bobby Robson
Robson's
was
there.
there. You know what I mean?
But talk about that era though, where England the best 4 teams in the world at that time with the players they had. Because remember
What
Brazil
what era?
remember in
99.
04 times.
04 that time were they maybe the best in Europe.
England.
But they had the best players in
were
Europe.
definitely
They're top 4 squad wise, yeah.
Top 4
definitely.
squad.
Yeah.
Definitely top
Better than
4.
France.
The only Brazil and France, I could say
England were definitely Brazil, France, and then who else?
That was it.
Portugal was
No.
Portugal.
no.
Portugal was good. Portugal was good.
But England had a better squad.
But England.
I mean, you looked at their 11.
But they kept on bumping into Portugal.
You lost some penalties, but when you looked at their 11, there's only, I think, the keeper that you
Look at
could
the
say you wouldn't
squad.
say was world class.
They had the keeper was.
They're like
good, man.
that good 10 to 12 world class players.
Portugal was. They kept on bumping into the Netherlands were good. Guys,
They weren't better than England on paper.
England had
On
guys.
paper,
Deep who
it
England
was only
had.
Brazil and France that had the better team on
Wayne.
paper.
the one that's
Owen up front.
How did not get to the Euros in 08, fam? That was mad.
Oh, the
That was McLaren.
McLaren.
What they call him?
Wally and the Brolly. Joe, man.
And sometimes the
They don't
newspapers
qualify
they
for a tournament. You're a bum. What the hell?
With England.
With England.
Yeah,
That's
man.
mad, you know.
But that was a tough group, the Russia and Croatia. Arshavin,
you got to beat
they faced Russia away. I think Arshavin and them, man, they came back. They beat them 2-1. I remember that game.
They went to Croatia though. Walcott went there, dropped 3 pieces.
No,
and they
that
still...
was the when that group. That was after.
Oh,
when they went there,
okay,
they
okay.
lost 2-0.
Okay,
That was the
okay.
game where Gary Neville did the back pass.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
it bubbled and went in.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah,
4-1
yeah.
was, I think, it was the next one
The
where
next one
Walcott
they
got a
won.
hat trick in it.
Yeah, Walcott
That was a little revenge thing.
So with Southgate, you in or out?
Southgate. is
I'm
not
out.
good
I'm
enough.
out personally. I'm
Not
out.
good enough though.
You got them to a semi-final.
That was the
In the
most
weakest,
dubious. You know that was the most dubious path ever. Think about.
They
who
did beat a good
actually
team.
Who did they beat in 90 minutes in that World Cup?
Tunisia, Panama, Sweden. That's it.
That's it. And they got to the semi-finals of the World Cup.
They beat Colombia.
They could have been.
They
They
beat
could have
Colombia.
nearly lost to
They
Colombia.
lost to Belgium twice.
They lost to Croatia.
Oh yeah, they could have lost to Colombia as well.
They could have lost to Colombia, fam.
They hit the bar or something.
They hit I think like a barrier
Something
sky.
happened, yeah. Something
Bam!
happened, yeah.
How many decent teams, especially when James Rodriguez is in final
How many?
cylinders.
They didn't even score goals from open play. Cause I swear that Kane was doing the penalty thing, fam. And there was a set
Free
piece.
kick.
There was a set piece.
Oh, yeah,
World
they
Cup.
were banging. They were doing the corners. England were playing for corners. Maguire and Stones were.
And they thought it was a great World Cup. It was a good summer though.
It was a great summer. Thanks for that. Thank you so much, England, for that.
I was in Croatia
was a
that
good
time.
summer.
Watching Croatia knocking them out. Great times, man.
That was a good summer, fam. Shout out Croatia as well, fam. They went to the World Cup, stunk it up though. But
Croatia stunk out the World Cup.
stunk up the final.
Foul.
So
Yeah, they weren't great.
They got a bit unlucky with that
But they
one.
were unlucky.
Yeah.
That was not a memorable final at all. I'm trying to think of a memorable World Cup final.
Perisic's goal was cold though. When Perisic scored, I was gassed.
I thought it was gonna be
I
serious.
was like, whoa.
Was that to make it 2-1 or 1-1?
Huh?
Was that to make
It
it
was
2?
1-1. I made it
1-1.
1-1. I was gassed. I was like, what? Left foot.
Because France got that dubious penalty. Then I think they got that free kick.
It was an own goal as
Own
well.
goal.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it was France Day.
I can't think
Pogba's
of-
goal was class though. When Pogba scored, it was a turn up.
Yeah,
It
it was
was
serious. I think Mbappe scored as well. Yeah,
you
but
know what Mbappe did by scoring that?
it's our second teenager since Pele to score in the
Go.
World Cup final.
Karen.
I beg.
Hey, when you doing stuff on
Wait. Has there been any entertaining World Cup finals though?
But World Cup finals not meant to be entertaining.
It's so.
It can't be
It's
entertaining.
supposed to be gripping.
It can't be. It can't be.
Even Champions League.
Actually, last
finals,
one. Last one probably 3-0 France. 98 Brazil.
98.
Yeah.
I was
What
2
about
years
06?
old.
06 was alright. France Italy was alright.
Yeah, it's just gripping. It
was alright, yeah, it was
No
alright.
one is never end to end or something like
I
that.
mean,
final.
2-0 Brazil against Germany. I mean, Ronaldo.
I can't say
come back.
those ones. I can't remember those ones.
on,
I
Ronaldo.
my first one I remember was 06.
I remember, maybe 02. I can't remember
I
at
remember.
all.
I need to watch it back to see what's entertaining, but I had Ronaldinho on the pitch, Ronaldo.
I think it was 2-0 in the first half, so probably.
Yeah, that's over, fam.
Okay.
You know they sit back after you're 2-0 up in the final. How about Champions League? Has there been an entertaining Champions League fan?
For sure. I'm sure they have. Just thinking of it.
Actually,
I thought Man U vs Chelsea was good.
Man, Real Madrid Juve was good.
Oh, well,
it
got
was
3-1.
4-1.
Is it 3 or 4?
It was
Is
4
it 4?
4-1.
That was good until I don't know what happened. Actually, Barcelona Juve.
Barcelona Juve was good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
That was good.
Papa balled out in that game, actually.
Even the German one was good. Dortmund.
Oh, yeah, that was very good, yeah. 2-1.
Champions League final more time is
Actually,
good.
Yeah, 'cause they're
except for
it's
the
good,
Liverpool Spurs one. That was over in the first minute.
My favourite that one.
Yeah, that
Obviously,
was
World Cup
the
counts
worst one
once
I
every
ever
4 years. And to play in one World Cup final, you'll be lucky to, even as a top elite player, you'll be lucky to get that once in your career.
2 tenses, yeah.
And so, obviously, Champions League, you'll be like, if I lose this one, you can come back.
Come on,
World
nation,
Cup,
yeah.
the whole country, your people, not just your country, your
Your
people.
whole country.
You know what I mean? That's why I say World Cup is still just about the pinnacle. Even though you can make an
What does
argument
that
for
count
me.
to? On your legacy, if you win a World Cup, what does that count? Is that how many Champions Leagues does that equate to?
For me, it's 2.5.
2.5 Champions Leagues.
I
I
can
think
give
it
you
must be
3.
4. I think it's 4
It's
because
not
it happens
4.
every 4 years.
I think it depends
2.5,
on
3.
your country.
See,
Certain countries, I'd say 2. Like certain countries, like if you win one with like Brazil, I'd say it's like 1 or 2 Champions Leagues. But if you want with Nigeria,
That's like 10.
that's like 20 Champions Leagues.
That's like 10, G.
If you want one for England, that's 10.
England is like 10.
5.
No, it's 10. It's 10.
Actually,
I think England's 10.
It's 10.
It's been a minute.
Because think about the Dons that won it before. They still got Sir in their name.
Yeah,
fam.
I think England.
So Bobby Charlton, England's best ever player. Don't tell you
England's a
otherwise.
lot.
England.
But all them
That's why England's good. So if someone wins it this time and they have a good career, like Foden wants to win it this time,
Hold on, yeah.
and then to ball out, you have a path to become England's good.
England have. There's a part. And the next thing is England could be the best
That's why
country
people.
in the world.
That's why people will still tell you not Bobby. What's his name?
Bobby
Bobby
Charlton.
Moore. Bobby Moore's still England's best
Bobby Moore.
defender. Because
He might be.
All these Bobbies.
Bobbies.
No more Bobbies.
No more Bobbies.
England don't make no more Bobbies though.
that's why they're losing. They need
That
to
name's retiring.
What? You want Bobby Holding?
Bobby and Graham, all them names. All them names are
Charlton,
dead.
player, man.
Bobby Holding's gonna hold England. You know Bob Holding's dead because he hasn't even got one England
No
call
caps.
out. No caps.
No
I
cap.
don't think has he even played under 21?
No way.
I don't know.
I don't think I've seen it under 21.
So you know that he's not got
But
legs.
he's low down. He's low.
Yeah, he needs a great run to get any sniff of that team.
He can
Trying
do
to see
it.
if he has a
He
good.
can do what he likes.
If he has a very good run, you never know. English centre backs kind of fluctuate. Well, to the research
You know how many
stones.
people- He's behind, yeah.
Tarkowski and them man.
He's behind. Even like the
He's
likes
probably
of
behind me.
Tomori. He's behind.
Yeah.
Like
Alright,
he's low.
it's true. But I mean, he's had a decent run, but we'll see. That 2 months or
Dunk's
so.
been good, fam.
Dunk's
is
decent,
decent. I like Ben White. He looks like he's a clean kind of defender, right?
I like the other guy from Brighton, Webster. Yeah,
That man are just animals.
He's just
Those are the animals.
that's what you need sometimes. It's animal. Play it simple.
Don't-
Never nice to be cultured. Bring the ball out. No, not everyone can be a Beckenbauer. Some guys need to be a Carragher. You know.
Yeah, but international football, it's just different.
Carragher, how many caps did he get for England? Carragher was a penny.
30 something.
Yeah, but Carragher was unlucky though because he was in the time of Ferdinand, Campbell, Terry.
Pre-Carragher for
Woodgate-
Liverpool,
Woodgate
though. He
was
was getting
quite
spun though. Every clip.
Yeah,
Every
but Henry-
Carragher clip I can remember is spinning.
by Henry.
Now, but deep Liverpool's
it?
success them times. Liverpool are a defensive team.
Hoopier.
Like look how many times they knocked out Chelsea.
Yeah,
like
they had the
Carragher's
number.
there. Like
And there's also no shame gets spun by Henry. You know, just like how it's a different
The
level.
one that's unacceptable is the one at Highbury where he was involved in that.
There's some mad ones.
He
There's
broke
one
his ankles.
There's one at Anfield where Henry like
he
kicked the ball far. Henry kicked the ball. He just dashed the ball and he ran and he bodied Carragher and I think he kind of scored. That's just disrespectful.
Hey fam, I remember I heard one story about Hoopier, yeah, that Jobber spun him so bad, yeah, half that man was sick. He said that he don't want to come out, fam. You don't want to come out for
Obviously,
Jobber.
them boys like Hipper, they're not used to facing no Drogbas coming up.
Fam,
Like
yeah,
it's new to
the
them.
funny thing is, Benitez was calm with them, man. He was calm with Carragher. Made them man look good.
Yeah, they were low. They used to defend like low block. Liverpool were tough to knock out them times. They were tough.